I know what Jaman-Ra intends. Atop the burial spires of Deshar lie the Maraketh's most honored dead. The king has become driven by madness to seek any trace of ancient flesh from those of renown or power in life. He intends to feed their bodies to the horrific creature he keeps in a cage behind his throne. They call it the Beast. I have seen it, and the sight haunts my nightmares. The sight of that thing chilled my soul. Those of us who objected to its presence were forced to work, mining and finishing the dreadnought. By the time we were done, madness was already rife, and we were sealed in the mine to die for supposedly betraying our people. This Oriana, the one you called a countess, Jaman-Ra has declared her our queen. She first came to us from the south and seemed sympathetic to our cause. She promised us power, the power to take back our lives. She left for Azomite lands, vowing to return with something that would resurrect our greatest hero, Jaman-Ra. With that hope dangled before us, the Faridun united for the first time since his death. We prepared, as she asked. We took the quarry. We began working on the dreadnought. I am ashamed to admit that I was a devout believer in the cause. Until the day she kept her promise. She did return. She did bring the power to resurrect Jaman-Ra. She brought the Beast. I must pursue what I feel to be right. Asala might yet decide to have me put to death, or abandon me to the doom of the desert. I know these risks, but I had to try anyway. If you had seen the darkness rising in the hearts of my brothers and sisters, you would understand. I am not betraying them. I'm trying to save them from themselves. The Maraketh have no idea how great we number. We are larger than any one Akara by far, and my brothers and sisters hold a great bitterness, even before corruption came among us. Everything we do, from our garb to our food, is made opposite to the Maraketh out of spite. I still feel some of that anger when I see them here, standing proud and colorful. Asala promises them a return to their glory days. But do they not have such glory now? I cannot say I view the Maraketh favorably, but there is no other power to which I can turn. Jaman-Ra is going mad, and I know that the Maraketh will unite their scattered Akaras to confront him if the need is great enough. I believe that it is. What is that being? Does it travel with you? I would tell you not to trust a mysterious stranger in black, but that would make my own situation rather difficult. This corruption that plagues the land, I cannot bring myself to fully believe it's the reason for my people's sickening turn. I know that when the beast first came to us, when Jaman-Ra was raised from death, he quickly became covetous and prone to fits of rage. Soon that fervor gleamed in the eyes of those around him. You say it's his corruption, but I have not seen anything in my brothers and sisters that was not already there. Corruption may exist, yes, but it does not fully control. It only excuses. The Faridun are warring against the Maraketh because they desire to do so. They have always wanted this conflict. They want to make those who abandoned us suffer. You need not trust me. You will see the truth of my information soon enough. I ask nothing of you, only that you do what you know is right. I am of the Faridun. We are the shadows of the Maraketh, the unwanted and the forgotten. Some time ago, a foreign woman came to us and offered us the power to take back what was ours. We took her deal. We had no idea what it would cost us. This madness must end. Some may call me a traitor, but I do not seek the destruction of my brethren. I seek their salvation. An outcast's trove.
What is it? If her information proves to be truthful, then she will live. If she is a deceiver sent to misdirect us, she will be left to die in the open desert once again. Why have the Halani gates are closed, and the Faradan hold them in defense of the beast? We will have to find another way. Move swiftly.
The Halani gates are closed. Then Jaman Ra must have succeeded in capturing them. He planned to close the gates to prevent the Maraket from interrupting his harvest. A siege from the front would be impossible now. But there is another way. An ancient passage lost to time. It was used by the traitor Balbala. I can show you where it is, if you will use it to stop Jaman Ra before it is too late. Farewell!
So, the outcasts have raised their new king from the grave, and he seeks to violate Deshar, to feed our honored dead to the beast. Such a transgression. Those vile dogs! Our city of the dead lies beyond the Halani gates. We should move to crush the Faradan immediately. Let us see if this defector's information is truthful. Infiltrate this supposed passage, find your way to the top of the gates without being detected, and then call for aid. I shall answer. You have your orders.
How can I advise you?
and crawlers in dark spaces. How wonderful. Rise! One day, they'll make a statue like this of me.
Traitor Balbala has been sentenced to one.
Someone wanted these doors to remain shut. I should open them.
Now, Jingak, I prove myself wounded. Nakai! Atun! Atun! Mists of Halani.
Someone wanted these doors to remain shut. I should open them.
Now, Jingak, I prove myself wounded. Atun! Atun! Mists of Halani.
Greetings.
Allow me to repay you for freeing me from my imprisonment. Am I right?
Ah, you released Balbala, the traitor? Then it is your duty to redeem her soul by allowing her to serve as a mentor djinn during your dance with the scorpion. In modern times, we give aspiring Dekaras a straightforward test. For this task, however, the old ways are required. You will have to face a much deadlier trial. Speak to Asala. The original trial is not far from here, and the caravan is duty-bound to carry you there. Shaman-Ra? That's a tale I rarely tell. Every few generations, the Feridans stir up trouble. Shaman-Ra was their most successful attempt at causing problems. A very long time ago, he spread dangerous ideas among the outcasts and spoke to the Maraketh as if they were equals. His offenses were so great, the Sekimers joined together to approach and rebuke him. The tale says that he was so in awe of the glory of our leaders, he ended his own life and chose to fall forgotten in the sands. It is a strange conclusion to his tale, I must admit, but this is what is told. If he has been somehow reanimated through corruption, he will have only one goal: harming us. She was a fierce warrior before she was blinded in battle. Focused, determined. Losing her sight has not changed that. I have no doubt that she will become skilled enough at blind fighting to rejoin the ranks someday. Indeed, blind Dekara were once instrumental in decimating an eternal legion during a sandstorm ambush. So it is not without precedent. This is the tale as it was told to me by our Akara's Tale Woman before me, and is told to her by the Tale Woman before her. These words have remained unchanged since the beginning. Many thousands of years ago, we were a simple people, hunters, roamers. We moved valley to valley in search of meat and berries. There was none of the discipline we know today, but that was about to change. These fair plains became barren and lightless. A time those generations called the winter of the world. 1,000 years of ice brought hardship and suffering, but that was only the beginning. To the south, the foreign tyrant An fell, and horrible creatures flooded forth under this darkness, seemingly born of bone and blood and foul magic. Survival meant banding together and creating the strict traditions that eventually became what we know today. To fight was to live. Disorder meant death. In the darkest depths of that era, when hope was but a memory, the twin sister Sekimers, Solarai and Landara, arose to unite our scattered peoples for the first time. They wielded the essence of gold and silver, gleaming with such ferocity that the gray skies had no choice but to give way. The creatures retreated under the sands, never to be seen again, and our fair plains blazed with emerald forests and sapphire rivers. This brought about the most glorious age of our people, a time of conquest, wealth, great heroes, and gods that lasted for another 1,000 years. But then, one fell winter, the gods vanished. Our beloved Garukan was the last to succumb, holding on for 2 moons against a powerful innovation. She gave what final orders she could, mandated our traditions be upheld, and then went silent. The Maraketh were not disturbed. We did not lose hope. We knew who we were, and those values had not left us with the departure of the gods. When the sky burned, when the Vaal fell, when the Eternals came and sought to be our masters, and then fell as well, we endured. We have protected these fair plains for 304 generations, and we will continue to do so for another 304. That is our duty and our birthright. Nasima, yes, Nasima. A great warrior, though with a complicated legacy. Born with eyes the color of blood, she was left to die among the dunes for being blind. But the Ferredin found her and raised her. A Balbalik, one might think, but no. She became an impressive warrior in her own right. And when called upon to raid her people, she recognized her mother's voice and turned and slaughtered her Ferridan captors. A true role model from the ancient days and a wonderful sleep tale for the children. I have a very long official title, but you may simply address me as Zaka. The young ones will harp on and on about our strict traditions, but I'm old enough to get away with it, so I do. My role is that of a keeper of tales. I was chosen by my predecessor, rather than being allowed to become a Dekara or perform other duties. I'm not permitted near combat, for the stories I keep are one of our most valuable resources. We understand the plains of Vastiri through the lens of these words handed down to us over the centuries. We see what used to lie where sand dwells now, and hear the bold proclamations and lamentations of yesteryear. That is my role, to be the worldly eyes and ears of the Ahadura.
So, you released Balbara from her prison, and she fought well. Good. She may now earn her redemption, if the ancient places still hold power. Her barrier contains her soul. She will tell you what to do next. No need to rush. Goodbye.
easy distraction.
Hold them back while I open the gate!
She made light work of that.
Advance with me! There are 2 more gates we must open! Continue the assault! Slay them all!
No.
How can I advise you?
What?
Stay inside.
Noxious second.
Shamanra? How is this possible?
You are unworthy! The Mariketh will fall! By my hand! I shall dethrone you, Sekama! And leave you to the sand! I tried to seek peace, and the Sekamas disgraced me! Rot in the sand! This time, we choose war! We shall finish this! Not today.
Make haste! We must not escape!
Jarman-Ra, the Corpse King, is running away.
Quickly! He conjures the very sands against us! This is no natural sandstorm. We must battle sorcery with sorcery. Let us return to the caravan and entreat Zarka's wisdom.
The Countess has used corruption to resurrect Jaman-Ra, and they have escaped with the beast. Thankfully, we have some idea what the Faradin intend. We must reach Deshar as soon as possible. I was asleep during the era of Jaman-Ra. I cannot attest to the truth of Risu's tale, though I cannot say it is outside the realm of possibility. The Mariketh have strict traditions, erring on the side of brutal. They call themselves the Faradin in this era, but they have died out and been reborn many times. They are not an independent culture. They are the Mariketh's dark secret, the inevitable consequence of life's haphazard nature. A society cannot simply purge itself of the weak, the ill, or the disadvantaged. Those unwanted newborns abandoned among the dunes. They rarely die, no matter how much the Mariketh wish to make them simply disappear. No, they live. The Faradin are the shadow of the Mariketh, always just out of sight, always watching. They rescue those children and raise them up on the outside, looking in. An unspoken relief for the father and mother that must give up their child. A gathering storm fated to one day return home with a fury. Yes, I have seen the slaves pulling the carts. I am uncomfortable with the practice, But from what I understand, it allows those captured in battle to serve rather than simply being executed. There are not enough resources to keep prisoners who do not work. In this harsh land, it is perhaps the lesser of two evils. That is, what I tell myself, at least. You have no idea how much restraint it requires to listen to tales of people and places I knew, yet not correct her. She's close. I shall grant her that. Often startlingly so. In certain details or sequences of events, but the spirit of what happened thousands of years ago, the essence of that life, has been embellished. At other times, the stories convey only a pale shadow, and the true magnificence is lost. Or is it my memories that have drifted with time? I suppose we shall never know, because those days are gone, never to return. All that I once loved has been dust hundreds of years longer than you have even been alive. It takes courage to go against one's people. I once faced a similar decision. There were men and women like me who believed themselves to be exceptional. And they were correct. Terribly, horribly correct. I cursed myself to a permanent exile from my own peers by betraying them. I was unlike mortals, but hated by immortals. I was alone. I would do it all again. And I still might. I am accustomed to others shivering and turning away when my gaze falls upon them. But I must confess, for once, the feeling is reversed. Though she is blind, I sometimes have the strangest notion that she is looking at me, even at night. Asala has agreed to aid us, exactly as I expected. The beast represents an existential threat to all the peoples of Rayclast, but even beyond that, she seems to be quite driven. She reminds me of a rambunctious young woman I once knew in Keth, who eventually rose to power, attained divinity, and led her people to greatness.